Good morning, everybody. This is TJ with netpicks.com and the PTU Trend Jumper Strategy. Currently starting our Friday session with crude oil futures with our 377 tick chart. And I thought I'd throw the recorder on and record the session. It's been a really great week on crude oil. Hopefully we're going to finish strong. So the first trade set up right here. There was another trade earlier, but that one had gone too far. Two trades. The yellow trade, the pink trade, and then the white trade. The white trade is the closest trade to our start time, so we're going to get in sync with that one, and that is the trade that I took. The entry is at 103.03. It's targeting 103.21. You can see I've got my target up here. And my stop is down here at 102.89. And the first step along the way is to get to 103.16, which is the money management level. It will have to break through here and make new highs. And it looks like it's trying to do that. You can see another setup has formed here. We're going to ignore that one. Alright, we just hit money management and almost our full target. We're going to push our stop up. Now we have a break-even trade. And we missed our target by 3 ticks. Hopefully it'll push through the 20-cent level. It's going to be patient. Let it play itself out. It's always tempting to try to scalp out or jump out of a trade when you are close to target. You don't quite hit it. And on the one trade, maybe you're right. Maybe it doesn't get any higher and you end up making more money on that trade. But it really establishes bad habits and what happens next time and all those times if you would have stayed patient where it would have hit those targets and maybe even gone further with your trailer. Over time, I think you really hurt yourself. See, for me, my point of view is that I've got a trade plan. The trade plan makes money.
Order filled.
And there you go, you see. So I would have done myself a great disservice if I would have gotten out of that trade early. And look how accurate that target was. It popped right up and hit it perfectly, right at the 21. And the rest of the trade is a freebie. I mean, it's a free trade. It's in a risk-free position. It even has the cost of commission covered. And who knows how much more I'll get out of this trade. And it doesn't really matter to me if it is only one tick. Or if it turns into a big move. Actually, that would be nice, obviously. But the trade plan is what the trade plan is, and I don't need to try to be too creative. If I follow the plan, good things happen. This one trade just put crude oil up to new record profit levels. I've been tracking and trading this exact strategy now in the live trade room, in the Trend Jumper trade room, since last year. Since last October, actually, so almost a complete full year, and it's still making new equity highs. So why would I want to do anything different? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Order filled.
And that's all we got out of that was one tick. So we'll wait for one more trade. The trade plan wants 2 winners and a positive result, so winner number 1 is in the bag. And you can see that trade got 20 ticks in total for $200. 19 to the full target, 1 tick on the trailer. And again, you know, these jump trades, the way the Trend Jumper calculates its targets, the accuracy is just amazing. Even if you go back and look at the trades we weren't in, the yellow trade had a calculated target up to here. I mean, it just missed it right here, right? But then the trailer would have held it in. And it just missed by 1 tick and would have stopped out. The pink trade, look at that target. It's right here. And it overshot it a little bit, but then it came off. The white trade hit it on the money. The blue trade's still going, really. We're not in that trade. We're not in the white trade either. But you could see how accurate this can be. You have to know what trade to select. It's something we teach you in training. You just don't take any old setup. The Trend Jumper shows you great setups and you can do a lot with them, but the important thing is that you stay within the context of the trade plan. And the trade plan has rules. It tells you when to start, when to stop, what trades to look for, what trades to not take. All right, we got a short here at 102.89. Gonna place that. All right, this trade almost canceled, but it didn't, so it may come down. You see there's an
Order
inside
filled.
trade. We're staying with the original. All right, so let's see if we can get our second winner today. Money management is at 102.78. And if we can get to there, we could lock in one tick and guarantee our power of quitting result. Got to get through the pink line first. And the soybeans and Dowie Mini is about ready to begin, so we'll keep an eye on that. In fact, the free Dowie Mini 5-minute trade plan that we're giving away just had another winner today. It's had an amazing week. Before today's session, it had gained 344 points. Today, it will also finish quite positive. And I will show you that trade. I didn't take the trade. I wish I did. But that's the trade right there, and you can see it hit its first target, which is the middle target, and its second target right here. And it is currently trailing. And that one went from 209 to 196 for target, the first target, and 209 to 191 for the second target. And at this point, the stop would move down to lock in one tick on the third position. And you can see it's a really nice way to end the week. This will be the only trade of this trade plan. One and done is the way you want to trade if you can. As your account grows, you just build your position size up. Trying to see if crude oil can get lower. And there is our money management level. So we're going to lock in a tick. This guarantees our power of quitting result. All we need are two winners as long as one of them is a full target winner. The second winner could be of any amount, even one tick, as long as we're positive. And then we're done. So now we have a risk-free trade. We are literally guaranteed a positive result today. This will be our final trade to a really great week with crude oil. And the stop did hold on the Dowie Mini, and now it's dropping even lower. So the 5-minute chart, definitely a very profitable session this morning, and it's a big spike move down, so one can definitely trade for profit on that. The 377, we don't have any setups yet, but you can see on the 5-minute how it spiked way down. When that happens, you take your gifts from the trade gods. We do have a soybean trade. Actually, that one kind of moved too quickly, so we'll wait for the next setup. We could get in sync with that if it comes back up. I'll go ahead and put that order in, and we'll keep an eye on that one. Trying to hang on this crude oil trade. We may end up with just one tick here.
Order filled.
See if our stop will keep us in the trade. All right, and soybeans did trigger long. Look at that. So that trade stayed in.
Order filled.
And look at that, a full winner. See, it never hit the stop. It came up. Now I can move my stop up and lock in a tick. And soybeans is one and done today. Gotta love it. So I'll have to watch that one, because if it starts moving higher, I'll move my stop. And crude oil has survived thus far, so we're still in that trade too. And I am looking to take a Dowie Mini trade. The Euro-Yen day trade plan that we use finished today with the minimum size trade that we allow for our quitting time hit its middle target for 15 pips and got 1 pip on the additional positions. Okay, so crude oil surviving. Let's flip over to soybeans. 1321.5. Let's get that up there. That's only one more tick. Give this a chance to move higher if it's going to move higher. Let's take a look at crude. I think our stop moved down. Yeah, the stop is actually going to 86. I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to leave it. It's a little adjustment around these two bars. I have a risk-free trade, and I'd like to see if I can get to that target. So I don't mind giving up a few ticks here and keep that stop where it is. It's trying to push through.
Order filled.
And crude did just stop out with one tick. So crude oil finishes with one tick today, but a great result all in all for the week. And while we wanted to get a little more out of it, we still ended up with 21 ticks today. That's $210 with the standard approach. With the two positions, you of course have to back out some trade costs, but those are covered with our one tick lock-ins. And crude oil's done. Let's jump over to soybeans. Just giving the indicators a chance to catch up with the price action, and hopefully that this thing goes into rally mode. You can see the stop moved up a little bit more. Pretty soon it's going to move up quicker. If we can just get a little higher, there it goes. Now it's starting to move. 1322 and a half. So on the 5-minute chart, make this a little bigger. This is the free plan that we give away, and you could certainly download it if you're interested. Works on TradeStation, NinjaTrader. And we have one for the Euro US, an end-of-day swing trade plan that also works on MT4. And they're free, so you can get a copy. Today's YM hit both these targets, so you could trade it with 1, 2, or 3 positions. If you trade with one position, you just go to the middle target. If you trade with 2 positions, you go to the third target. And if you trade with 3 positions, you're going to trail the purple line. But we also have an option that if there's a big spike move, that we can be aggressive and take profit. You can work around one of the faster lines, or you could even work around a key level. Remember, you've already got a full winner, and this is just all extra. Or you can just stay with the purple line, and if that could keep you in the trade for a much bigger move. And that's possible also. I like the bird in the hand approach. If it had a move that was from 204, 50 points down, basically, I'd be looking to get out around the next 10, the next 0 level, and I'd be perfectly happy with that. But I could see wanting to stay in because this could keep going lower, and by the end of the day, who knows how low it could go. So you certainly have options. It's a very versatile plan. Meanwhile, back on the soybean market trade, got to move our stop up another tick, 1322 3/4. So little by little, we'll let these bars play out. In fact, this is going to go up to 2 ticks below this number, 1324. Because it's a range bar, I could anticipate where that's going to end up. So I'm going to move this up now in case it dives down fast. 1323 and a half. And as soon as the range on this bar is complete, you will see the stop move up. I'm going to make sure that I have my stop in there on time in case it does start to plummet. And I'm hoping by these demonstrations and these live trade videos that you can see how easy it is to trade the trend jumper once you understand how it works. Okay, you see how it moved up? And I had my stop in there. It's going to move up again. This time it'll move up to 1324 1/4. So I'm going to move it up again because if it does come down hard, I want to make sure I'm protected. And I can tell just by where the bar is going to close, it'll be above the jump line. So the stop is going to move. Well, that one was on the jump line. So I made a mistake, and I'm going to put this back to 1323 and a half, only because if it goes up higher, I want to stay in. All right, so maybe I would have been better off leaving it there, but I try to stay to the plan. Anyway, this trade is done, and a great one and done winning session on soybeans. So the point I was trying to make is I want to show how one can trade trend jumper just by merely following the rules and the trade plan. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed today's trading. Thanks for joining me on this video, everybody. This is TJ with the PTU Trend Jumper and netpicks.com. See you next time.